Welcome back to the Burt Gummer Memorial Rec Room. Today we're going to review dry fire. We're going to discuss techniques of dry fire. We're going to discuss why kind of to dry fire, and we're going to look forward to your comments on how you dry fire, when you dry fire, what you use to dry fire. Feel free to critique anything I say or do today. I'm all about it. I don't have a production crew. I have my camera on a shelf, push play, and I go. I don't have the option to pause all the time, go back and re-edit. This is going to be a live edit thing. So all my channel is going to be like that. Just live edits. Whatever happens, happens. Feel free to comment. Feel free to laugh along. Feel free to help us make it better. So dry fire. You got your new weapon. You don't have any ammo, or you have ammo, but it's so expensive you can't really shoot it all the time. You live too far away from a range. The worst thing you want to do is buy a new firearm. 3 years later, a bad guy breaks in your house and you're scrambling to shoot it. Never fired it, don't know how to grip it, don't know how to grab it, probably can't even remember where it's at. It's complicated. You want to make sure that that tool is as good as any other tool that you have, any other tool that you use. You got to practice, practice, practice. I say that in all my classes. Knowledge, skills, and attitude is what the NRA likes to say, right? Knowledge, we can help each other with knowledge. I can give you knowledge, you can give me knowledge. Skill is practice, practice, practice. We can help each other with some of the nuances and how we set it up, but practice, practice, practice is the only way you're going to get better. And attitude is all on us. If I treat this stuff like a joke or not so dangerous as it really is, then it's not a good attitude, right? You got to keep a good, steady attitude when it comes to firearms. So when we practice our dry fire, we have to keep that same safety thing in mind. Okay, we're gonna make sure that our firearm is unloaded. Safety check it twice. Safety check it 3 times. We're gonna make sure there's no ammo around where we can pick it up by accident. We have no desire to have any live ammo when we're doing a thing called dry fire. Remember, dry fire is shooting the firearm with no ammo. We want to make sure that we're pointing in a safe direction. I've got my safe direction all set up. Got my mannequin over there that I'm going to shoot at. I know what's over there. We're going to keep our finger off the trigger till we're ready to shoot. All of those, always things that we learned from the NRA, we're going to keep those in mind. Dry fire. Take your firearm, close it, get your grip, get your stance, get your trigger control, pull the trigger. You're done. You've dry fired. You have to recycle. You got the magazine in, it's going to be a pain. So a lot of times you have to do the dry fire drills without the magazine. In my opinion, without the magazine, the firearm doesn't quite feel right. On this particular model, I need the pinky extension because my hand's a little bigger, and the weight isn't quite right. It's really top heavy, so it doesn't feel quite exactly right. I like to put my magazine in, but then it makes it hard to dry fire, right? So how do I overcome that? I'm going to use a snap cap. If you haven't heard, snap cap is a plastic cartridge for your firearm. Comes in all the calibers. I have snap caps for every caliber of every firearm that I own, shotgun, rifle, pistol, doesn't matter, I've got a snap cap for it. Snap cap protects your rifle, protects your firing pin, protects your gun. It's got a little spring in there so the firing pin can hit the fake primer and act like it's supposed to act. Take your magazine. The other day I did a video on speed loaders. I should probably have one out. Put a couple of snap caps in your magazine. Now you can cycle it. Practice the drills, the same thing. Trigger control, grip, stance, sight alignment, sight picture, sight focus. You can get all of those skills. You can get your trigger control. You can get all of those kind of things. The negative, probably every time you pull the trigger, you got to cycle when you're using a double action only semi-automatic P365, right? So I got to keep cycling every time. Doesn't train my muscle memory very well. If I'm in a shootout, if I'm having a serious situation, I don't want to be trained where I'm cycling after every shot, throwing bad ammo away. Take your time when you're using this tool. practice your grip, practice more about your sight alignment, more about your trigger control, more about one slow, steady motion, rather than trying to do any of these drills that are going to embed in your brain to cycle, in my opinion. Some of the things you can do, though, if you do want to practice speed, you can put some snap caps in it, put it away, get you a little par timer, right? It's a little auto timer. I've got my par time set to 1.8 seconds. Let's see. If I can draw and fire at my bad guy with a snap cap in 1.8 seconds. I'm going to put it on my belt. It's kind of broke, so it's going to be a little hard, but I'll get it on there. There we go. Alright, so take your time, do one drill at a time, that way you're not focusing on the slide release. It's more about the drill of getting it out of your shirt, getting it out of your concealment, getting it on target, pulling the trigger in the time that you specify that you need to. And whenever you're putting your firearm back at the 430 in the holster, I always like to watch all the way through. See a lot of people try to do it with their head this way. Not a good idea. Alright, let's try it again real quick. Alright. So you can practice that. You can get good at that. You can get that shirt up. You can get the shirt open. You can wherever you're carrying, appendix carry. That's a good drill. It's a great dry fire drill. The point of the drill isn't to focus on the slide, but the speed of the draw, to get the gun up, to get the gun out, to get on target. The next level of improving that is to know where you're hitting on the target, right? With the snap caps, I bring it up, I pull the trigger, I have no idea how I'm really doing as opposed to the target. So the next level, maybe we invest in a laser ammo. This is the laser ammo from the company called Laser Ammo. In this little box, I've got a laser chamber extension and a little orange cap to show that we're safe, right? I like to say right a lot for some reason. I'm trying to work on that. Clear your firearm again, right? No ammo in the magazine, no ammo in the firearm. You got your laser. The laser's got a plastic rubber kind of end where the firing pin should hit it and turn it on, and the other end is the laser. You want to put that in correctly because you don't want to have the firing pin slam the laser. My only real issue with this laser ammo is to get the chamber, the barrel extender in there. I either got to hold it with my finger or figure out a way to stop it because it just pushes it, right? And I don't like putting my finger in the chamber because if the thing slides, I'm dead. So I'm going to close it up nice and slowly. I'm going to put that thing in like I'm supposed to. Twist it. There we go. Now we're in there. Put the orange cap on. Maybe I'll put the orange cap on. Now I have a thing that is obviously safe. It's got an orange cap. There's a metal thing sticking out, right? And I can do my drill, and I can see where I'm hitting with the laser. So you can see my guy here. It cycles just fine. It doesn't eject the laser out, which is kind of nice. When you fire, you can see where you're hitting. It's kind of nice. So the laser is like the next level up. It's kind of nice. I like it. Again, you have to cycle it every time manually. All right, that's not quite realistic. It's not quite on par with fighting. When I was in the Navy, it was always, you know, train like you fight, fight like you train, fight to train. I don't know. It's train to fight. What was it? The laser ammo people, they've got some. It comes with a bunch of little targets that you can shoot, and they show up on the screen really bright and shiny from my angle. I don't know about what you guys are seeing, but bright and shiny. They have devices that can connect together. You put the targets on them, they light up, they interact, they buzz, they beep. They have all kinds of noises. So you can have a lot of fun with this laser ammo stuff. If you have a hammer-fired pistol, like say my H&K P30 SK, I can keep firing that. I don't need to cycle the chamber because it's hammer-fed. I can do a double action. With these striker, fire, double action only, you got to do this cycle thing, and kind of throws off the groove a little bit. But it's not bad. It's great training. It's going to keep your skills up when you can't go to the range, when you can't afford ammo, when you can't find ammo. It's a great way to keep your skills up. The SIRT, self-indicating resetting trigger. Here's a little plastic firearm with a laser indicator, and looks like a Glock 17. Got a couple of magazines that are plastic, but they're full of weight that weighs correctly. So when I'm holding this, it feels like a Glock in my hand. It looks like a Glock in my hand. I can pull the trigger, and it can work. It's got two lasers. It's got a second laser so that I can pull the slack up on my trigger. It shows me a laser that is, the trigger is ready to break. It's not broke yet. It's ready to break. When I fire, I get a second laser. When I let go, I want to let go only enough to get the second laser off, but keep the first one on so that I know I'm not wasting trigger movement. I'm keeping that trigger nice and tight, and I'm working that trigger control. So the SIRT, great for doing some magazine tests. It's got a couple magazines. You can do your speed loading stuff. You've got your second laser, so you can practice that. Turn your second laser off and just practice shooting. It works with all the buzzers and beepers. I have a couple of tumblers that I shoot that vibrate when I hit them with the laser gun. It's kind of fun. Great dry fire, again, but the slide doesn't work. And this one, the slide doesn't even work. You get the resetting trigger, but you get no slide action. There's no recoil, there's no slide, there's nothing to do with the slide. So one has too much slide action, one has no slide action. So how do we overcome all of that? I have recently discovered the Airsoft blowback pistol. This is an H&K VP9. Looks exactly like my H&K VP40. Weighs very, very similar. I think it's 1.23 ounces difference in weight. Has a magazine that holds air and little plastic pellets. Right now I've got nothing in here. It's empty. I'm going to show you how it works. You put the slide forward, you pull the trigger, and it cycles just like a real gun. Maybe a 22, maybe a little less. It's got a little bit of a noise, which is good. It's got a little bit of a blowback, which is good. You feel a little bit of recoil, which is nice. Not perfect, but probably, you know, a little more than your SIRT, and definitely better training than having to recycle it all the time if you're trying to get that kind of, if you want to get that fast shoot training in, you know, it's going to be a lot better. You could put some pellets in there, shoot some targets. I have one of my favorite ones. Out in my backyard, I shoot this dot torture with it now. I have a holster. Draw, fire, 5 shots, slow fire. So you draw your gun, you shoot 5 times nice and slow. Put your gun back in your holster. Draw 1, shoot 1, 5 times. Draw, shoot, put your gun back in your holster. Draw, shoot, put your gun back in your holster. Okay? 3 and 4, draw, 1 on 3, 1 on 4. So you draw, boom, boom, put your gun back in your holster. Draw, boom, boom, put your gun back in your holster, right? 5, draw 5 shots, strong hand only. Put your gun in your holster, pull it out, 5 shots, nice and slow, strong hand only, trying to hit that number 5. 6 and 7, draw your firearm, 2 on 6, 2 on 7. Boom, 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 put it away, right? Draw, boom, 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 put it away. And again, works great with my timer, right? Works great with my timer, right? Get my timer going. try to draw, try to do these things. Set some different times for myself because of my age, because of my skill level, because of my just practicing. So it's not always 1.8 seconds. Sometimes I adjust. Number 8, from the ready, 5 shots weak hand, right? Draw it or hold it in your weak hand, shoot 5 times. 9 and 10 is a lot of fun. Draw the firearm, shoot 9, reload, shoot 10. Put it back in the holster. Draw the firearm, shoot 9, reload, shoot 10. We got 5, 10. 2 times 4 is 16, so 26. 31. 4 times 4 is 16, so 31 plus 16 is 47. Right? Let's see. Not very, my math. We have draw 5 shots nice and slow, okay? Plus, draw 1 shot times 5, right? So plus 5. Draw 1 on 3, 1 on 4 times 4, so 8. All right? Draw 5 shots. 6 and 7 is going to be 2 on 6, 2 on 7, 4 times. So 4 times 4 is 16. All right, we got number 8 is ready. 5 shots we can, so 5 more. And then 9 and 10 is 3 times, so 6 total. Box of 50. You do this, box of 50. With your standard 9mm in November of 2002, 60 cents a round for 9mm, right? If I use the airsoft, I got a bag of glow-in-the-dark biodegradable pellets off of Amazon. I don't even remember, 10, 12 bucks. So there you have it, dry fire. Whether you're shooting a little target that knock one down, reset both, bigger, smaller, it's a fun target to shoot. Whether you're just using your own firearm because that's all you've got, you could barely afford the firearm in the first place, and now you've got the firearm, you've got some ammo, you can't get to the range, you can always dry fire. Like I said, I don't believe that unless you're doing it 10, 20,000 times a week, a couple of dry fires ain't going to kill you. But if you are, grab a snap cap, Amazon, 5 for like $9. 150 bucks, you get a laser ammo. You get laser ammo, it'll improve your skill the next level. It'll let you know where you're hitting when you're doing these drills and these speed tests and aiming at your target. Get a cert. I think the cert was like $250 for the cert, plus the 2 magazines, plus the bag that it came in, and the DVD that teaches you how to use it. $159 on Amazon. I got the VP9 Airsoft with blowback, right? A lot of things that you can do, a lot of skills. I saw this skill the other day, this drill the other day. The guy says, cycle your gun, put a dime on the front sight, bring it up, pull the trigger, don't lose the dime, right? Nice. Do 2 dimes. Make sure you cycle it or you won't get your trigger pulled. Didn't do it. Let's try 4 dimes. Let's just jump to 4, right? You do 1, you do 2, you do 3, you do 4. See what you can do. Get a buddy, have some competitions. Since I forgot to cycle it, I just went ahead and picked them all up, so now I have 5. I ain't going to do 5. I'm not going to make it. But you get the idea. Some fun drills you can do. Once you got your firearm, don't put it away, wait 3 years, and then try to shoot a bad guy breaking in your house. Do some dry fire. Figure it out. You got snap caps, you got lasers, you got airsofts. Practice, practice, practice. You're not going to get any good if you don't practice. Have a great one. Talk to you later. See you on the range.